Hi. So today, mm, right. During school, there was at one point while I was going to the supermarket next to our school, um, somehow my I drifted to, well, actually, my mind guided me to all of the past failures I'm committing, all of the past failures that I've committed and still am committing, or at least impose the belief that I'm still committing them, and I nearly fell by identifying with the reaction of, I want to kill myself here. I just don't want to be here amongst all these people, as if I could lose something. Um, and immediately, in seeing this, by being honest with myself about it, admitting it to myself, I knew, and very adamantly I said to myself, don't go there. And I stopped it. It's really as simple as stopping it, in seeing it, taking away the energetic addiction through self-forgiveness, and then stopping it. And in stopping it with the realization that this reaction is me, so I stop as that reaction, or I stop as the reaction occurring here. Mm, Directing myself to honor myself more in every moment, meaning not worry and fear so much about what other people think about me and what other people think about my actions. And really, that thinking about other people, about how they think about me, this thing is actually me making up bullshit to worry myself. So, in directing myself to not go there and instead remain here within my physical senses, within and as my physical human body, and insisting on staying in my physical human body, always sensing physically, like taste, touch, sound, etc. Because I also realized that the physical never leaves, per se. It's always here, and it's always giving feedback to my physical human body. And there's never a moment when it stops. What can only possibly stop is myself going into my mind and ignoring my physical senses. That is when that is when my physical surroundings stop existing for a moment from my perception as a mind. Mm. So continuing to share my experience about trusting myself more to know myself and basing myself more on me knowing myself rather than basing myself on other people's reactions toward me. I'm much more stable, and although reactions still come up, I find myself at a point within myself where I am able to direct these points and I can stop myself from being possessed by these reactions. Of course, well, not of course, currently there still are moments where I act out as certain reactions within me, yet not yet, full stop. And currently I am aware of these reactions, and the point for me now is to simply direct myself to live the practical action, which is to stop myself from acting out a reaction and refusing to act out whenever I see myself participating as a reaction. Just simply refuse myself the opportunity to act it out and let the reaction play out. Also, after watching Sound Mind, uh, a video about Sound Mind by Destiny Productions, I now am aware that living words is not something hocus pocusy and mysterious and um, eerie from a certain perspective, like how all spirituality is. There's always an element of unknown, mystery, eeriness. And in that video, I realized that self-honesty is simply when I unite the words I physically speak with the words I silently voice in my head, such that I cannot hold a secret within me anymore, meaning I completely stop that mechanism that allows me to deceive myself and deceive others by thinking one thing and acting in another way. So self-honesty is simply, well, in terms of the so-called goal, it's simply erasing that distinction and making it one, meaning whatever I think I act, whatever I act, I also think from a certain perspective. And that's what it means to live words. Terminology not very precise. I hope. Okay, let me clarify. The act of thinking is simply when one speaks thoughts internally, but not act out the thought, and not act it out, not show evidence of it in physical reality, or so-called physical reality for the moment. Um, yeah, I hope that was clear enough to understand the point for for whoever is watching this. And remaining here, it really is that simple. And it's a great stability point for me and helped me immensely today because the simple fact is if I stay within a reality that can be trusted, meaning physical reality, using my own terms, I will remain stable to the extent that my reality remains stable as physical reality. And there have been moments today where, out of nowhere, for some reason, I began having panic attacks within me. And rather, instead of participating within and as that panic attack and destroying my own self-confidence, I, I literally said to myself, fuck the panic attack, I'll just remain here and see what happens. And it dissipated. It goes away quick when I remain here and I decide and live that decision to remain here as physical reality. Again, my own terms. Yeah, those are the points that arose today. Thank you for watching.